snowball, but ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be her for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog.
Okay, Coach, thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Ready?
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 9.
60 Pittsburgh. Watch the curl. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Hey, Alpha. 52, Mike 52. All day. All day.
Here's Locke to throw. Being chased out left. This will be caught at about the 6. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's second and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wentz. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Got his target, Samuel, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Bravo. Get it.
Lock now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Miles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, wahoo!
Lock to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
At the 47-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Man, I got you.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. The Broncos say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
You draw quarters. Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to find Gallup here complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 34. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the Eagles' 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. A little check down to Lindsey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Throwing on 2nd down. Locke into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Here we go. Right there.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decided to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Philip Lindsay on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Single receiver. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Hey, 57. 57. Check back 47. 3 buzz. 3 buzz. 47's the mark. 47. Check. 47. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike's 47.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Completes it to Samuel. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down. Wentz now on first down. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Eagles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Wentz again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the turnover, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle.
And now look at him go. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Second and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Locke will try again on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Corey Davis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. Good move at the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Sliding it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best. Go get the quarterback.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
You ready?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Hey, high 7. Big grip.
2nd and 5 now. Lock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Lock now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Lock. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. To throw it is Lock. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Lock now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
This pass complete, wins to Ertz, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Sunday. For Tokyo.
Wins to throw again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Lock going to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Let's get there. New Mike 52.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. 23 yards the pickup there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. Strong right. We got 4.
Get it. They'll run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And it is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Bound to lose one.
On the counter, Lindsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Denver has the first down to play, going for 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
17-yard
Gator.
Hey, man, watch the booth.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get the ball.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Ready, 70, Indy.
Let's go, baby.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offense